I'm sure that, like me, you have fond memories of places that you lived in the past, especially places that some others may deem to be less than salubrious. Perhaps somewhere where you wouldn't take the dog for a walk at midnight without a length of steel pipe down the inside of your jacket, just in case. Or a place where the constant stench of marijuana coming through the floorboards from the flat downstairs has your dog stumbling around the house day and night like he suffered some form of Bell's palsy.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
For over 25 years, I lived in a place like this called Tillydrone, an area of Aberdeen that has long been vilified as being a den of thugs, drugs, and people who like to put milk in with a tea bag before the hot water. It's commonly referred to as a deprived area with rife poverty, but let's face it, it's no worse than pretty much any area in Scotland right now, after the Tories spent the last decade and change finger-bashing the economy with their inbred pig's head fingering digits. And during my time living in this delightful part of the city, I was witness to such things as a fat Cyclops woman taking a big old poop in my communal bin room, then asking me quite casually if I had anything she could wipe her dripping posterior with. I was once slashed across the chest with a pocket knife held by a drugged-up who thought I was a security officer for a paedophile that had been recently moved into the area. And one time, a drunk old man walked into my home at midnight, took out his gentleman's sausage, and started heavily urinating all over my hallway carpet.
What? What the fuck?
But despite all this, one of the things I loved about Tillydrone was the sense of community that the place had developed over the years of being consistently ignored by a revolving door of local councillors. Everybody was in the toilet pretty much, but at least they made sure that when the flushes came, they were all holding hands with their neighbours. One of the things, though, that helped glue everyone together was the involvement of the local shops with the community. Local convenience stores that took time to learn people's names and make sure they had what they needed in rough times. Takeaways that made sure their prices were competitive, and a local butcher who was not only multiple award-winning, but had repeatedly refused suggestions to move somewhere more lucrative because he was invested in making sure the community got the food they needed at a fair price. But alas, dear viewer, when a community such as Tillydrone works on itself to improve their lowly lot in life, in steps the jack-booted overlords of the city council to make sure the poor people remember that they don't deserve nice things. But what do you mean, oh chunky yet decidedly handsome narrator? Well, in the infinite wisdom of whatever planning committee oversees poor Tilly, it was decided to completely shut down the main access road leading to the local shops from both ends for roadworks, with little to no discussion to local businesses about what was going down.
Damn!
Suddenly, the stores on Hayton Road had to face not only a sudden loss of all road traffic coming to their businesses for potentially over a month, but even delivery lorries bringing supplies to the convenience store or food and meat to the butcher and takeaway being unable to get within 500 feet of the shops themselves without a harsh wagging finger from the local PD, or a two-finger salute from the workmen sitting around having one of their allotted Aberdeen City Council 3-hour tea breaks. So what has this meant for local business and the community as a whole? Local butcher Liam Scott, world-famous Tilly butcher and owner of a head that looks like an overweight workman's thumb that's been smashed with a hammer, has not only seen footfall into his shop fall by upwards of 90%, but is struggling to get any information at all from the local council representatives about what the hell is going on. If things carry on the way they currently are, Liam and his fellow shop owners nearby face closing down, or financial ruin if the road situation isn't sorted out soon. Alas, however, any pleas for help from the local council representatives have fallen on deaf ears, as they're probably busy planning on what other city projects that they can over to scupper their political rivals who sit around the same damn table. Yet, while all this political penis jousting carries on, the small businesses on Hayton Road continue to slowly die. And at the end of it all, it's more flushes added to the huge toilet bowl that Tillydrone locals find themselves in whilst trying to improve their meagre lot in life. I know for one that I have a lot of fond memories of my time living in that part of the city, except maybe for the one time when a drunk man on the bus pulled out his todger and started enthusiastically thwacking it while staring me dead in the eyes with a face full of concentration at his task in hand. Just thwacking it. Beating, just concentrating, beating it. Thrashing it. Just cold, didn't even blink. Just thrashing it. Thrashing it.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
But generally, it was a great place to live life and grow, and to see it being strangled like this over incompetent planning and implementation absolutely fizzes my proverbial urine. So why am I making this video? Well, partly to throw a light on how competing political people would rather on someone else's chips rather than see it succeed over themselves. But also to raise awareness to anyone who happens to live in the city and can make it down to Hayton Road to help support these struggling local shops. Go into the convenience stores and buy some convenience things. Go into the takeaways and try some bloody fine food. Or best of all, go into the award-winning Tilly Butcher and ask him his thoughts on the whole situation. Then enjoy watching the veins in his huge, misshapen forehead throb like they're pumping crude oil while you buy some of his well-renowned pies. Anyway, that's me done grumping for now. I'm away to urinate all over the pathway outside my house to reminisce about the smell that used to permeate the air around my old Horace Drive flat. Catch you next time, lords.